What would you consider to be the best way to get to know someone? I feel as if the best way to understand who someone truly is to learn about their experiences, because I feel their experience is what defines someone's character. That's why I've chosen to introduce myself by describing the various places I've traveled. I was able to travel to many places for many different reasons, including business trips I accompanied my father on, just visiting places where my family grew up, or places I just went on vacation for pure recreational fun. The first trip I'd like to talk about is one of the business trips I accompanied my father on to Aruba. The first night there, I had the chance to enter into a 30-person poker tournament with my dad's associates. I was able to take third place, and I won $150 for placing third. With that money, I invested probably $20 or $30 into slot machines until I hit the jackpot and won $70. Also, while I was in Aruba, I had the opportunity to go on a catamaran, which was really cool. It took me to a bunch of different excursion sites in Aruba. I had the opportunity to snorkel, see a bunch of different species of fish. It took me to a sunken ship right off the coast of the island. I got to scuba dive down and explore that. But my favorite part about the catamaran trip was the 15-foot rope swing that I was able to learn how to do front flips and back flips on. Also, while I was on the trip, I went on a sand rail excursion. The island's only 20 miles wide, so I got the chance to go around the whole entire island, see every structure that's native there. My favorite part overall about Aruba was the water jetpack though. I got the chance to ride on one of the water jetpacks that shoots water out your feet and propels you into the air. The one that I rode functioned like a hoverboard, and at the end of the 30-minute session, I learned how to do dolphin dives. The next trip I'll discuss were places that my family have lived at one point in my life that I had a chance to go visit. My father grew up with a Navy father, so he moved around a bunch. One of the places that he lived for a long time, though, was Hawaii. When he took me to Hawaii for a 10-day trip about 5 years ago with some of my friends, there I had the opportunity to jump off a 30-foot rock. I got to swim with a bunch of wild sea turtles, and I got to have the world-famous Matsumoto shaved ice. Also, while I was there, I had the opportunity to go snorkeling in Hanama Bay. Hanama Bay is a world-renowned snorkeling spot because it has a bunch of diverse species of fish and coral reefs. People come from all around the world to see it. Also, another trip that I like to discuss was my trip to Maryland. Both my mom and my uncle and my grandparents are all from Maryland, and my uncle owns a farm. Every time I go up there, I get the opportunity to see a bunch of non-dairy cows. I get to play with 30 cats that live on the farm to keep away the mice. And there's this one mean chicken there named Chuckles that chases people around. The next set of trips I'll discuss are purely recreational ones. I've been to West Virginia twice in my life. Both of them were skiing trips. The first time I went with me and two of my friends. We stayed at the Snowshoe Resort for a weekend. There I learned how to ski, and the very first day I went skiing, I actually went down to Black Diamond. And the first time I went, I didn't fall or anything like that. But the second time I tried it, I got cocky and I was going fast. I wiped out and fell halfway down the mountain. The second time that I went to West Virginia, I stayed at the resort, at the Winter Place Resort. There I rented out a house that slept 30 people with a bunch of my friends from college and all my roommates. There we skied and we went snow tubing, which is the first time I ever did that. It was a really enjoyable experience. We raced down snow tubes and things of that nature. And by the end of this trip, I was able to comfortably go down a Black Diamond. Today, I've told you about all my traveling experiences. Although I've traveled for various reasons, they're all extremely memorable. My reasons for traveling were just following my dad along on one of his business trips, just visiting where my family grew up, or just pure recreational fun. All of these experiences have contributed in some way to the development of my character. As Kid Cudi, my favorite rapper, once said, "The people I've met, the places I've been, all who make me the man I so proudly am."
Ho, ho, ho.